Take a look at this magnetic bookmark. How cool. Wow. Ha, ha, ha. You want one of your own, right? Today we are going to be making magnetic bookmarks from basically leftover Christmas cards that you may have, or if you found a pretty picture in a magazine that is small enough that you can use that you think is a decent thing that you would want to see every day when you're reading. Now, what I've got is the leftover Christmas card, Happy Holidays, double stick tape, scissors, and a magnet. And I picked the cheap magnets, the ones that get glued to the front of your phone book. If you don't have such a cool design like I do, which already has the lines on it for you, you'll need a ruler and a pencil to make sure that you get it the right size and so that it's straight. Generally, they're about 1.5 inches wide, and mine, because of the design, is about 2.5 inches, 2 3/4 inches long. Make it however long you want. It doesn't really matter. So I'm going to be rebel and not use the ruler. The first thing I'm going to do is going to cut my design out, and I just want a snowflake on each side so I don't have to worry about what side I'm putting onto my book. So, like I said, I'm lucky enough that this has real nice lines for me to cut already. So I'm just going to cut these out. Now I've got this, and what I want to do is I'm just going to fold it in the middle, and luckily, like I said, my design happens to have a line, but you might have to draw yours on there and give it a nice good crease. Once you fold it, make sure that the edges all line up, and if they don't, just take a quick snip along the edge to fill up anything so that you know, or to cut anything off that didn't quite match up perfectly. So on the inside, we have the magnet. Magnet will stick to itself. So what we want to do is we want to go around and trace this so we get the right size, and it doesn't actually have to fill the entire magnet or the entire paper. Let's see if this works. Not too bad. This is just a silver gel pen. I just want to get the vague shape of it because I'm going to make it a bit smaller. Than the paper so that it doesn't stick out from the edges of the paper. And again, if you want to make this really nice, use a ruler, but make sure. Can't see it. And I have a feeling I will be able to because I can tell I did not cut this straight. So I can always just trim this up really quickly. All right. So here's something else. If you just try and fold it, it's just going to be too much for that fold. So what I want to do is I'm going to cut the magnet in half. And then I'm going to cut a little bit off so that the center doesn't bind up. Because ultimately, all you want is enough so that it's magnetically touching each other. Maybe I should have done it the other way. Let's try that. Not a big deal. Oh, look at that. That seems to be okay. Cut a little bit more off. If you actually measure all this, you'll probably get it more perfect. But I'm going to test it. All right. Doesn't seem to be anything sticking out from either side, so that's a plus. And then the easy part, we're just going to use double stick tape. It's paper, so it's going to stick just fine. You're not going to be having any hard labor on these things. Now what I want to do is I want to make sure I stick these together first so I know they line up nice, and then I'm just going to fold it over. Press it together real hard to get that glue of the tape to warm up and adhere to the paper. And you've got this for your inside. Does that. So when we're reading our book, and we're in the middle. There we go, keeps our spot. Looks right there. That way you don't ever dog ear the edge of your book, which is bad. Comes right out.